So you know how I say this in all of my videos? And I know somebody's gonna comment about this, so no, don't do it in school. Well, today we're gonna be ignoring that advice completely, and I'm gonna be telling you a story of whenever I pranked my teacher with their computer. What's up, guys? It's the Speaker, the Skids, and in today's video, I got the sauce for you, okay? And now the sauce in question is another life story video. Now, I really haven't done one of these in a long time, so it feels nice to actually be able to sit down and, have a chat with you guys. Now, with that being said, everybody, before we get into the story of how I pranked my teacher with their computer, let's take a brief minute for a word from our sponsor, me. If you head over to Veraxity.org right now and any one of these topics looks at all interesting to you in any way, then Veraxity.org is the place to be. Over here we got a bunch of videos talking about cybersecurity, specifically the stuff that I'm not allowed to say here. And basically what it is a compilation of all kinds of different cyber attacks and everything that I've learned about them over my years of, being a hacker, if you will, being a little skidlet. So Veraxity.org is actually home of the cybersecurity course VSEC that I launched a while back, and VSEC 2.0 is on its way out pretty soon. Like I said, if any one of these topics interests you at all, even like a teensy tiny little bit, then make sure you go over there and look at it because it'll be well worth your time. But with that being said, without further ado, let's get right into the meat potatoes of this video, which is going to be me pranking my teacher. Now, this story starts off on a bright and sunny, beautiful day, down in the sewer, basically, which was in my high school. And now, Veraxity was in 10th grade at this point, right? So little old Veraxity at this point was actually not so little anymore. He should have known better, but guess what? He did it anyway. Well, actually, I didn't really do anything at this point. It was all my friends, and it was pretty freaking hilarious. But anyway, little Veraxity wakes up and he gets on the bus, walks over to the bus stop, hops on the bus, goes to school, and during this time at school, there was actually one class that I had, which was a multimedia class. And so basically what we did in this class was we photoshopped pictures and we edited videos, and it was all taught by this one teacher, and his name was Mr. Whip. Now, this is his actual name. It's short for something, but we're just gonna call him Mr. Whip because everybody called him Mr. Whip. And so, the day carries on as per usual, bright and sunny. I get past my first few periods. I think this class was like 4th period or something, if I remember correctly. I know it was right around lunchtime whenever this all took place. But basically, the funny thing about this class, right, was it had the best computers in the school at the time, which were Macs, right? It had a bunch of Mac desktops. And now those weren't your average everyday school computers, no. Those were advanced computers. I mean, like, the default school computer at that point in my high school was just like the worst garbage dumpster fire of a laptop you've ever seen. But they were Windows, it's not like the Chromebooks that you might have today. They were actually Windows computers. But anyway, these computers were very different. And you could already tell that the school computer guy did not know what he was doing whenever it came to Macs, right? Okay, so like, I'm pretty sure all schools used to have this Active Directory system. You get a student account, right? It goes through Google now, I think. But back in the day, they were all just local user accounts, and I'm pretty sure there was a Windows server set up in the school somewhere. So like my account name would be Caleb and then my last name, and that's my actual name, by the way. But these accounts weren't set up properly on the Macs. No. Okay, so there was a little bit of an exploit. There's a little bit of a flaw in the system. There was a way to escape the matrix, and it lies in the MacBooks. Basically what this flaw was if you just browse the file system on the Macs, you'll quickly notice that not only can you see your folder, your student folder, you could see all of the other student folders, and you can also see the teacher's folder, which was the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Whip. And now Mr. Whip was a strange bird, all right? He wasn't like the nicest, but he also wasn't the meanest. But you could tell there was something a little bit weird with him, right? Like he just looked mean. He looked nasty. He looked angry. He looked washed up. And he always spoke in this monotone voice. He always spoke like this, and this is how you do this. So basically, he sucked the fun out of Photoshop. Like anything you wanted to do, if you made like funny pictures, he wouldn't laugh at it. He would just stare at you and like look at your monitor, stare at you again, and it would just look like the fucking Squidward side picture, dude. He just looked at you like this, or like one of these pictures. I don't know, dude. He just looked at you funny. And so basically, I had noticed that you could access all these other student folders and the teacher's folder, and I ended up telling one of my friends. And now we're gonna call this friend James Bond. So basically, it was me right here and James Bond right here. And basically, what I did was once I found out that you could actually see all these folders, I turned around and I looked at James Bond. And now there was an empty seat next to James Bond. And what I did was I went up to the empty seat and I pulled it out and I sat down and I got in real close. And I went, "Hey, James Bond, I've got a mission for you. No, but I was basically like, dude, just check this out. Check this out. Look, you could see everybody's shit. And he was like, bro, no way. And it was almost like I could see the ideas cooking inside of James Bond's fucking mind, dude. It was like I could see the gear in his head turning. James Bond was scheming. And he wasn't scheming for no spy mission. No, he was scheming for profit, all right? So actually nothing happened to this day. And James Bond has been thinking about this. So basically I showed him this trick and he was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. You know, like, whoa, you could do a lot with this. Haha, check out. I got all your files. I got your fucking mom's social security number, dude. You've been doxxed. And you know, the rest of the day plays out as normal. And so do the next few days. You know, wake up, go to school, come home. Wake up, go to school, come home. Wake up, go to school, beat up a homeless man, come home. The days play out as normal, but one particular day coming up, I can't exactly remember how many days it was that passed in between this. In between whenever I showed James Bond this here trick and the incident, the prank happened. But I can tell you some time passed. And during that time, what do you think James Bond was doing? You think he was playing with his dick? No. He wasn't doing any of that, dude. He wasn't being a normal kid at all. He was actually plotting and scheming. He had a master plan, and he didn't tell anybody about his master plan until it was over. So basically, one day, young Veraxity wakes up and he gets to class, right? And James Bond's sitting there, and he's got his smile on his face, right? He's got this smile, and it's saying something. And now, Mr. Whip, the teacher, is nowhere to be found on this particular day. It's like, you know, that's kind of weird. He's usually here. I don't know, maybe there's a sub, dude. Maybe we get a free period to mess around on Photoshop. When all of a sudden, Mr. Whip slowly comes in the classroom. And the boss music starts playing, dude. He slams the door shut, and then he sits down in his seat, and he just yells, "Hey, guys!" And this is when everyone turns and looks, because usually Mr. Whip does not talk like that, right? And Mr. Whip, he's a chill dude. He just got the 1,000-yard military stare, right? This man has seen some shit, but he just says, "Hey, guys!" And he's like, "I've got something to talk to you about." And so every teacher had this little projector that they'd put their computer on, right? And so he turns on the projector and shows what his computer had on its desktop. What was on his desktop was terrifying. So basically he's like, "Do you know anything about this?" And on his desktop is a folder, and it's a folder labeled Big Whip's Cookie Recipes. I don't know why James Bond decided to name his folder this, but basically what James Bond had done is James Bond had went and created a folder named Big Whip's Cookie Recipes, and the contents of this folder were all of this dude's personal pictures. And I'm not even kidding about that. What James Bond had went and secretly done is he went to the teacher, Mr. Whip's public Facebook, and like scraped every image off of it, just like him and his family and stuff. And like, dude, I don't even know where he got this fucking idea from. Big Whip's Cookie Recipes? Are you serious? Like, so basically he filled this folder, this Big Whip Cookie Recipes folder, with all the images of Mr. Big Whip over here with his big whip hanging out. Filled the folder with all of Big Whip's fucking Facebook pictures, dude. And then he put it on his desktop from his computer. Bro, I don't even know how I would react in this situation. Like, imagine you're a teacher and you're just like trying to do your thing. You're just trying to teach class like a normal human. And fucking big long John Doe's cookie recipes shows up on your desktop. Like, what are you doing in that situation? But basically what Mr. Whip ended up doing was he was angry about this. He was like, "You better come forward now, whoever did this, or we're gonna find out. We're gonna track your IP address, dude." Like, he's like, "So you better just come out and say, like, whoever did this, you better just fess up now, and the consequences won't be as bad." And guess what? Basically, nobody said shit because nobody knew that James fucking Bond was in the classroom, and he fucking did it, dude. Now, not even I knew this at this point, dude. I was just like, what is going on? Like, I don't know anything about that, but it's kind of funny. And basically, after he gets done yelling at us and class proceeds as normal for the most part, you know, it's just a little bit more angry the whole day. Class ends, and then some time passes, and I meet up with James fucking Bond in headquarters. Now, headquarters was a lunchroom, and he just starts unloading the material, dude. He just starts spilling the tea. James fucking Bond is out here, and he's like, "Yeah, that was me." And everybody's just like, "Dude, what are you talking about? That was you." And he's just like, "I did it. I got Big Whip's cookie recipes." No, but I honestly have no idea what possessed him to do this. It's like, who thinks of that, bro? But it made for a really funny time, actually, and, you know, a lot of laughs, and it's gonna make for a pretty good story, I think. So basically, That's it, dude. James Bond got away scot-free. Nobody ever fucking saw him, dude. Fucker broke like Mach 6, got away scot-free. It's insane. Big Whip, to this day, has no idea who leaked his cookie recipes. But I guess the moral of this story is, you know, don't be like me. Don't be a little mischievous. Don't be like fucking James Bond over here and actually act upon your intrusive thoughts, because it could just land you in some trouble. But most of all, don't look for the cookie recipes. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I had a lot of fun making it. I don't know, honestly, why this thought just popped up into my head, but I just kind of remembered this story, and I was like, dude, I gotta fucking tell it. Like, it's I have to. But like I said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you do. Go check out VSEC on Veraxity.org. That's not Veraxity.com or Veraxity.net. No, Veraxity.org. And yeah, everybody, stay tuned for a bunch more videos coming up. I got some stuff cooking. Stay tuned for VSEC 2.0. And I'm gonna go look for more cookie recipes. I'll see you guys later. Peace.